Welcome to the Eat Weirhead channel. Today I'm trying to cook a barbecue without going out into nature and without going to the emergency services. From the products we will need oil, vinegar, salt, black pepper, coriander, paprika, dried garlic and onion, meat. I have chicken quarters today, so I'll be messing with them a bit especially. The camera is turned on, -100 to dexterity. But you can do anything. Only the magic of acceleration can save the day. The meat can be any, but for the experiment I choose chicken so that there would be less tears in case of failure. When cutting the chicken I try to leave the skin on the pieces to make the kebab more juicy. Thanks to the shape cut on the legs and hips I only got small pieces, which is what I wanted. I once ate a barbecue prepared by Uzbeks and noticed that they made smaller pieces of meat than Caucasians. There is a sense in this, to get out in such a way that when preparing barbecue the meat is more saturated with smoke. Due to the fact that the total area of finely chopped pieces of meat is greater than if we cut larger pieces. Considering that we will need to process meat with smoke at home, we have two tasks at the same time. We need to use less smoke so that the neighbors do not decide that we have a fire, and we also need more contact of smoke with the meat because we will be processing already prepared meat. Marinate the meat. Add oil, salt, coriander, garlic, black pepper, paprika and vinegar to the chicken. Light massage session. I make puree from the onion. You can also simply chop the onion with a knife. I also draw attention to the fact that the marinade is of course wrong. Onion puree will burn and vinegar will burn all the fibers, garlic is not needed and coriander is also superfluous here. So if you want to try to cook barbecue at home, make your own special marinade. Meat in this marinade must be kept for several hours because it will not be a marinated meat, but meat in the presence of spices. I bought bamboo skewers because I don't have metal skewers. I took skewers of such a length that their edges lay on the sides of the tray and the meat was as if in a suspended state, so that the hot air then came into contact with the meat from all sides. I soaked the skewers in water so that they would burn less from the temperature. Several hours passed. The chicken was marinated. We strained the meat on skewers so that the meat does not hang too much and put it on a baking sheet. We sent it to the oven. In my case, it's a badly driven Hell machine. The temperature inside is regulated mostly by opening the door. In a normal oven, I will put the meat for 40 minutes at a temperature of 180 degrees and turn on the fan for the last 10. While the meat is cooking, prepare for the second stage, on which the baked chicken should turn into a kebab. We will need a piece of foil and a metal bowl, which can be replaced with a disposable foil mold. We need to make something like a lid for a bowl out of foil. Pour some coal into the bowl. I took a small amount from someone's backyard grill, so I won't have to buy a whole blech to experiment with. The foil is needed in case the coal decided to fly into pieces with a light pleasant crack. A little about mistakes. The skewers bent under the weight of the chicken and it will not work to turn the meat over in the process. Also, the edges of the skewers are noticeably blackened, so you probably need to soak them before you start cooking. Pay attention to the fact that the juice that flowed from the chicken was almost burnt and it is quite problematic to wash it off. So don't repeat my mistakes. Cover the tray with foil, soak the skewers in advance, use not one skewers for the kebab, but two to be able to turn the meat. As you can see, I have installed a bowl of charcoal in the pan and now I just remove the meat, spreading it around the bowl. I make several holes in the foil so that air gets inside the coals and smoke goes outside. Light the coals, cover with foil, cover the pan with a lid. Setting fire to coal is not as easy as it seems. In the end, I remembered that I had a gas stove lighter, and from the fourth time the smoke went more or less well. We need to keep the meat with smoke for 10 to 15 minutes. So that the meat does not cool down, I briefly put the pan on the stove a couple of times.